Hello and welcome to Patched. I'm your host, Paul James. Today I'm joined by Matto Phillips. How's things, mate?
I'm excited.
Why's that?
Early bird tickets go on sale today.
Early bird tickets for...
Hacks.
Oh, really? Already? Holy shit. Did you scoop some up?
It's not 12 o'clock yet.
Hang on. You're... Oh, okay. Midnight tomorrow. Right,
Tuesday.
Okay. Tuesday. Oh, you're
Actually,
talking about when this goes to air. Fuck,
yes.
Yeah, we're on different wavelengths there. My bad. Holy
But
shit,
you did
we're
remind me
already
there's
dealing with
cheap...
PAX tickets.
Yeah, no, they're cheap Tuesday for EBs on it in 20 minutes for us.
Oh, mate, I looked at that. I thought it was a 10 o'clock start, or is that a Queensland 10 o'clock?
I think that must be a Queensland thing. I looked and said, perks at 7 o'clock. I was like, well, I'm done here. Goodbye, EB.
What have... No, I've just checked their thing there and I've just picked some random game. Wingspan, the special edition featuring 3 DLCs, which looks like it includes a kookaburra and an owl.
What?
But cheap Tuesday deals available in an hour and 21 minutes as of when I make this comment.
And
That
21
game is
minutes.
going for 39 minutes too, by the way. What a load of shit. Anyway, so it's patched updates time. We talk about not the games that we're picking up or not picking up via EB's Cheapskate Tuesday deals.
Sorry. I'm just looking at some of these games. Yeah, I can see why they are cheap because, my God, they are horrendous games. Okay, that's enough looking. Stop looking.
Max
No
Tech
more.
Tracks Winter Wonderland kit for Nintendo Switch, $7. Anyway, let's talk about the games that we have been playing. And for both of us, somehow, despite there being a fairly decent list of games that came out this month, neither of us have necessarily played a huge amount this March. Matto, what have you been getting up to?
Well, I'll start with my first, not my main game. This game was out on Games Pass. I don't know what it was. It came out. I thought, I'll give it a go. See what all the people are talking about. Why this game was a Game of the Year nominee.
Game of the Year nominee.
The game that everyone thought, why is that in there? It's not Elden Ring. I should point that out. Balatro.
Oh, okay, right.
Card game. I thought, everyone's talking about it. Everyone, Game of the Year nominee. I thought, I'll give it a go.
And
It's one of those strange games. You scratch your head and go, why is this fun? It's like, this is like the type of game where it was before, purchasing microtransaction gibberish. That's how I played it. It's like, if it was a mobile game, it was Candy Crush. It's like, hey, you want to get to this next level? Pay $5. None of that. No, $5 real, I should say. $5 real. In this game, you do make money. Not real money, just
not real money.
Game money. Game money. It is one of the odd... It's not odd game. It's an interesting game. There's no story whatsoever. It's like, what would you call it? A roguelike style, tower-based. I don't know what you call it. It's like, if I was actually really good at this, I'd get to the end more, and I'm not.
But you'll build that up because it's a roguelike. You're going to continue to get your gear and continue to improve it.
I played about 8 hours of it, and I finished it once, or completed it once, and I don't care. I was like, I'll just do it again. Because there's absolutely zero pressure. So like one of those other games you get angry, you go, that's bullshit, this, that, whatever. It's just like, play again. Move on.
I'm so keen to play Balatro, but also I'm so aware that I could just ruin my life playing it. And I'm going to talk about a game shortly that is completely soaking up all of my time.
I'll say this game probably won't ruin your life as much as the game that you're playing at the moment. I can guarantee you that. You can just go, I'll have enough, I'll get off.
Oh, okay.
No, that's my opinion. I haven't played the other game you've played, but if I played that, it could be the end of me.
Yeah,
I have not played it, but I can see why it was a Game of the Year nominee because for some reason it is good.
Just crazy addictive.
Crazy addictive. It was like just like all those other losers, all those other 5 games that spent tens of millions of dollars, and you're there with a indie game. What are you doing wrong?
Fucking indie game.
Has zero story and somehow is better than most other story games. Like Star Wars Outlaws.
Yeah.
Better story, even though it has no story.
That's fair. I'm keen to check it out, but I think I'll need to find a window of time when there's just nothing to play. because the other game that the main game that I've been playing at the moment, it's not the one that everyone would expect, is completely sucking up all of my gaming time and then some. Like last night, I played on a Sunday night Sunday night going into a work night. I played until about 3:30 in the morning.
Wow.
And I was like, oh shit.
It's like, just get through it. Go teach the kids.
Yeah, I kind of shambled in.
Go learn some maths. I'll go to sleep for 45 minutes. Off you go.
Shuffled into the joint, ran an assembly with a whole year level in the morning. Didn't feel up to it at all. Becoming an old bastard now, so I'm feeling like a late night like that makes you feel like you're hungover.
Oh, it kills you. Trust me. Like you look at it, go at 2 o'clock, like, no. You go to bed, wake up, you're like, I should have just been drinking instead. It would have been
less
far
difficult.
less painful. Far less painful.
Would have gone to sleep earlier, but then maybe, I don't know. I guess that sounds like a good big tick in the box for alcohol, and I'm all for that too. I've been very disciplined on the booze so far this year, but you've maybe just unleashed the beast. Anyway, what else have you been playing? I presume it's a game that we do both have in common this month.
Do have in common. That's not the game you've been playing this month. It was the game you played last month.
I've dabbled once or twice, but I've not gone back, and that's problematic, considering it was my most anticipated game of the year.
I did say last month that it was the only game I was going to be focusing on, and it was until I went and played the card. I just thought, you know what, I'm going to play a relaxing card game, which it did. That wasn't said last time, but it is Monster Hunter Wilds, and
where are you at now?
I've finished the story
campaign done. So you're a mile ahead of me. Then.
I've played 60-ish hours at the moment.
Nice.
I'm a level 96.
Very good.
Yes. I've just been doing the old standard Monster Hunter style of, there's a monster. Let's attack it.
I might kill it.
I might kill it. Or trap it. Who knows? There you go. There's another monster. Let's do the same thing. There's another monster.
Over and over again.
And just played it now when you and me played the beta last year. We did the first 2 monsters easy. Then we came up against that Ray Dow.
Oh yeah. So this is satisfying, right? Like Ray Dow's just a piece of piss now.
But no, yes, is a piece of piss. But the Ray Dow we played in the beta was the higher rank Ray Dow.
Oh, okay. Whereas when I first referenced it, I was talking about smashing the low rank.
That was the low rank Ray Dow. Because when I got to the high rank Ray Dow, I thought,
there he is.
This is what I was waiting for, because it was up where we were going for Explorer, up high there. There was a nest there. That's where it was. I thought,
right,
it makes sense now. It makes perfect sense. I thought, no wonder it was so difficult, because we had the lowest armor possible fighting the highest rank monster. And no wonder why we got absolutely annihilated.
Yeah, right. Okay.
But not this time. I was prepared and had higher armor and high.
So you got all the gear.
Yes. I had all the gear, and also could just shoot out the SOS and just have people come in and
help out,
help out. That's great. Like, to be honest, I'm sort of scratching my head going, are the monsters easier, or has the combat gotten better? And I feel like it's a tale of both.
I love that at no point did you gone, maybe I got better. No, the answer's no. We're no better at it.
No, absolutely not. I do the same crap as being an absolute dickhead. I'm thinking this shouldn't be this easy, but at the same time, that focus mode is absolutely for wounds, just in general, not just wounds. I need to aim for the head, and you just aim for the head. So old Monster Hunter days where you just like I say, swing for the best and just hope you get hit the head. Might not always work.
Pretty much, yeah.
And just hope for the best. But then it's also weird too that I forget what the stupid cat's called. I keep calling it a pickle.
Palico.
I know things called a palico. For some reason, my palico sounds like, I think, Morty from Rick and Morty. I don't know how I've done it. I was like, oh god, I've got to put up with this. But after a while, got used to it, so I don't really care. It's I think because I'm just not so used to, one, your character talking because he's always just
Yeah, that was
used
a
to
big
be
change of pace.
a grunter, just like jumping out of the way or getting hurt. But it's just when you hear him talk, it's like this just sounds so weird. I'm not used to this.
That's fair.
But after a while, when you play 60 hours plus,
You become desensitized to it.
you just come used to it. It's like, whatever. It's fine. But then it's just, I don't know if it was just because I see people fight monsters like you call out the SOS or whatever, and they somehow faint or scratch my head and go, how? It's like, I don't understand how you faint there. Like, for this game, it's probably the least amounts of times I've fainted.
Yeah, right.
I don't know if you've gotten up to the monster yet. I don't know. It's like it's a snow one,
Oh, like Arkveld.
not Arkfeld.
Oh,
Dingara.
no.
If you've not, okay. When you get to that, you'll hate. You won't hate it. Like I think you mentioned it yourself. Like it doesn't do a very good job of telling you what to do.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Which is kind of typical Monster Hunter in some ways, but
Typical, but it's just like, oh, hey, you do this. It just flashes for a second in the corner. And go, what? I didn't get to finish to read that. So, like, come back, and then all of a sudden you faint. You're like, damn it. It's also the fact too is like when you do fishing, like there's like side missions and all that. There's one's for fishing, everyone's favorite pastime, and you get given about 6 different rods, and I don't know what any of them do. They don't tell you what they do. It just tells you the tip of how do you fish. Cast. I was like, it doesn't help me. I just want to know what each rod does. It doesn't.
just go.
It doesn't annoy me. It doesn't annoy me because I just get lazy and go, you know what? I'm just gonna use my net to go fishing because you know what? Screw your fishing rods.
Well, that's an option too.
So it is an option.
The
That's what I do
sometimes.
sometimes.
Too, so you always got that there as a recess.
That's what I did. So I looked at it and went, okay, so they're just for certain fish that I have no idea what they do. Great.
Yeah,
So that doesn't bother me at all.
You
But
mentioned.
overall,
Oh, sorry. Go on.
yes, but overall, great game.
Yeah,
Great game.
I mean, actually, I jumped across to my PlayStation app just to look at kind of some of the slate and look at what's going on. I can't help but notice now as I fire up my PlayStation that my wife is currently busy playing the other game that I'm going to be talking about shortly. This thing is just in constant cycle. Before we get to that one, you said there was 3 games before we got started.
Oh yeah, I said I was going to throw a third one in. I'll throw the third one in just for the case. Well, I was playing. Well, I'll combine the two. I was playing like Formula 1 2024 because we had that stupid race car thing last week.
Yeah, the Grand Prix was in town. Yeah.
I thought I'd give it a go. I put on the most casual mode possible, and I thought, my God, this is boring. And I thought, it's not because it's boring. I think it's because it's too realistic.
Just not for you.
Driving games is just not for me. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to find an old game, an old racing game, where more arcadey, more fun. And that was Burnout Paradise.
Oh yeah.
I just found it. I thought I'll give this a go. It's like, oh man, I think there's one thing I miss in games these days. Is I don't know what the kids call it, a banging soundtrack.
Yeah.
You don't get it. You don't get it these days. I find it. I've been finding these things on the YouTube shorts and that, like people bring up old Need for Speed games. It's like, oh, when this song comes on, you're unstoppable and all this stuff. Like,
or like the old Tony Hawk soundtracks, the old Dave Mirra soundtracks. Oh, Dave Mirra.
Old Need for Speed, Underground. Yeah, Need for Speed, Underground, all those games back in the day. It's just you just don't get that anymore. I understand why there's a whole lot of copyright issues, this and that, and artists like, hey, I want lots of money for this song, and they'll just probably say no. I feel like that's what you see. But yeah, they're the other two games I said. Not as exciting, but it's just nice to play a fun arcadey game where you just don't care.
No, glad we got to discuss them because I wasn't picking racing games of any sort as being on the docket for you. So,
but also too with that F1, I played that game. I thought, oh, this would be good with a steering wheel. I'm not going to buy a steering wheel just for that.
Well,
it would be quite cool. It would be quite cool. But no.
just trying
No
to think,
steering wheel.
through everything else that I've played now that we're starting to shift over. I'm hoping that there's something else that springs to mind. I've got 3 games. One of them is, of course, Monster Hunter. We've spoken about that a little bit, so I'll kind of leave that one alone for now. I did dabble, and for the sake of our New Year's resolutions, I do need to give Avowed a bit more time. I did that for a player 2 plays, but I need to go back to it. I'm not really counting that as a part of my 3 because less than an hour doesn't really count. I think I played 45 minutes for the video. Depending on actually when we recorded our February episode, when did we record that? It went up. I just need to check the calendar a bit here.
25th.
Yeah, 25th was when it went up. I finished, my review went up for Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. I can't remember if I actually finished the game in a few days before that. I think I might have spoken a bit about it.
I think you were talking about it because it sounds a lot easier.
Yeah. But
remember that.
To the game's credit, like I moved from easy up to the normal and actually managed to play through it on normal, which I couldn't do back in the day. Especially with the original Ninja Gaiden Black. So they nailed that one. That's kind of a sneaky 4th. But really, the 3 games that I've played, Monster Hunter, we've touched on. Xenoblade Chronicles X, I've been playing a lot of on the Switch. Thank you to Nintendo for providing a code there, and there's a review on the website. A lot to be said about that one. It's a huge game.
They all are.
And they've added, like that Future Connected expansion that came to, which one was it? Xenoblade Chronicles 2 on the Switch. They've added a whole bunch of post-game stuff because of the way the game ended was kind of on a cliffhanger of sorts. It wasn't a really definitive ending. Well, this definitive edition kind of adds like a huge chunk of extra content onto the end. I gave it an A score on the Player 2 website. Xenoblade Chronicles X was one of the best games on the Wii U initially, and it's one of the best games on the Switch now. It's better in every single possible way. People should go check out the review on the Player 2 website if they want to see a bit more, and consider picking the game up on Switch as well. The Switch 2 event, as of when we record this, is like 8 days away, or 9 days away. So we're going to get a lot of answers for what comes next for the Switch brand for Nintendo soon, but this is one to pick up before that day comes. The other game, and I mentioned my wife's playing it, I've been playing a lot of it. It's meant that I've skipped a whole bunch of games that I really wanted to play, including Assassin's Creed Shadows, Suikoden 1 and 2, Split Fiction, and of course Monster Hunter. I have been crazy deep into Two Point Museum. Like, I knew I was going to play this game, and I knew I was going to really enjoy this game, but holy shit. I'll see if I can check my game clock off the PlayStation app. I don't know if it's going to work very well for
I'm going to say it's a lot.
I've played a crazy number of hours. Well, yeah, I mentioned obviously already. Like, I played it until 3:30 last night, leading into a work night. Like, I just completely lost track of all time, and nearly ruined my workday because of it. But I'll probably try and do it again tonight too. Like, I barely teach tomorrow, so it's a quiet day for me. So maybe I can like curl up and have a nap under my desk. How bad is my day tomorrow? I'm making a life decision here. But I am so into this game. I really enjoyed 2 Point Campus when it came out. I missed the original 2 Point Hospital, but I liked everything they were doing with it. I just never got around to playing it. Tuesday 25th. Oh, look at that! I don't have my first class until 11:30.
Oh, sleeping.
Here we go. We're playing a bit of 2 Point. Oh no, I've still got to be in on time. The life of a coordinator is never dull, never quiet. But they might just the students might cop an earful from someone who's a little bit overtired tomorrow. So we'll see how all that goes. There's 5 different like locations, museums that you can kind of build up. There's like a space horror themed one. There's kind of more of a desert prehistoric sort of themed one with like dinosaur bones and stuff. There's space settings. There's like aquariums and stuff that you're building. But it's that whole management process that, you know, goes back to the old theme hospitals and roller coaster tycoons of all those years ago, and managing the experience of the customers as they're coming through, making sure they're happy, making sure everyone's being looked after, making sure you've got enough food locations, making sure there's bins for all the food items, making sure you've got enough exhibits in this case because it's a museum. Some like side activities that can kind of engage people, sending your experts off on expeditions where they will go and find new exhibits or take a duplicate fossil to then research that, improve it, which then means you get a better quality exhibit going forward. Like the loop is crazy engaging, and I just can't stop playing at the moment. I saw that look on your face the whole time. What's up?
Sorry, I was looking at these EB things. I found a Witcher Monopoly. I found a Witcher Monopoly game.
Oh, what's it going for?
$30.
I'd almost do that if I had money.
I would do.
Thank you very much to Sega for providing 2 Point Museum, though. It's so good, and yeah, Matto, you need to get into this thing. It's you tried it out at PAX last year, didn't you?
What's that? 2 Point?
Yeah, did you?
I don't think so. No, I didn't.
Oh,
no, I did not.
Have you tried any of the other ones, like 2 Point Museum or Hospital? Sorry, Campus or Hospital?
I might have tried Campus, but I was doing it on console. I don't do those type of games well on console.
Oh, okay. No, I think they've been really kind of nailing the console interface with the games. It works really, really well. So, something for you to consider going forward. But yeah, there's a lot of games that I've left on the. Oh, there we go. 36 hours I've put in so far. Which is almost 3 times the amount of time I've put into Monster Hunter. Because I was all in on Monster Hunter and I was giving it heaps of time during that pre-launch period. Jason did all the heavy lifting when it came to the review. But then, since Museum's come out, that's it. That's all I've wanted to play. That and, of course, Xenoblade, because of the amount of time that took. Was that you seeing that 2 Point is really cheap on PlayStation Network or Xbox or something? Like one of them?
No, I thought it was on Games Pass, but it's not.
None of them are? Oh.
I might have to re-look into that.
2 Point Campus is apparently... It's apparently included on PlayStation Plus at the moment through the extra tier.
I don't have that anymore.
I don't have it anymore.
That's a shame.
But that's a temptation for you. Oh, geez. Now I'm just seeing some of the expansions that have come to campus. Space Academy and more. Oh, no. There's so much good stuff here. 2 Point Campus, Medical School. Oh, anyway. All right. I'm going to put that away for now. I'm already committing dozens of hours at a time to this one. Matto, we're about to get into April. We've got some games left to come out at the end of March as well. What do you see yourself playing over the course of the next?
So what games are coming at the end of March?
There's like that first Berserker Kazan, which was kind of a Souls-like.
Nothing important.
Ben Starr's in it.
I don't think Ben Starr can get me over the line with this one. If it was Mario, yes, I'm sold.
I feel like we're getting pretty close to a Mario, but let me quickly bring up some of the end of March releases. So we've got first Berserker Kazan, as I mentioned, Atomfall, which is that kind of Fallout-like. In April, we've got quite a few different games. You're not going to try out the Last of Us Part 2 remastered on PC?
Oh God. That's going to be a lucky dip, that one, to see if it works or not.
Yeah, well,
what was the last one? God of War Ragnarok. Did that work?
Yeah, it was fine.
This is not work.
The most recent one was Spider-Man 2, and that was a bit buggy at launch. So
okay, so Last of Us Part 2 will work. It goes work, doesn't work, doesn't work. From what I see.
No, I think you're pretty much on the money there. So we've got Last of Us Part 2 remastered on April 3rd for PC. South of Midnight comes to PC and Xbox on April 8th, and that'll be available through Game Pass. Descenders next. I didn't realise there was another Descenders game. Have you tried Descenders before?
Heard of it, but I don't think I've played it.
I'm pretty sure. I'm going to quickly copy and paste this into Google and see if it's what I think it is. It's like snowboarding. The original Descenders...
That's not the Descenders I remember.
Yeah, the original Descenders is like a mountain biking one. But yeah, this one is like snowboarding. Descenders next is the ultimate extreme sports game with sprawling snowy peaks, winding dirt tracks, and tons of parks to conquer, where you and your friends become the next ultimate Descenders. It says the initial release date was the 6th of December 2024. Maybe it was early access. But it comes to all the consoles and PC. Oh, sorry, not all the consoles. It's not coming to Switch on April 9th. I'm keeping half an eye on this indie game called Blueprints because it's one of the ones during the recent State of Play that PlayStation announced and said it was coming to the extra catalog on April 10th. And for them to kind of shout one out like that a couple months before it comes out to pop it in the extra tier where they don't do this very often makes me think that it's possibly going to be a really good game. There's Tape 2 of Lost Records Bloom and Rage. The Luna Remastered Collection is one for me in terms of classic JRPG. Claire Obscure Expedition 33. Speaking of Ben Starr games, that's out this month.
That's out. Oh, nice.
Days Gone Remastered comes out on April 25th. And somewhere along the way, and all signs are pointing to, actually, by the time this episode goes to air, Indiana Jones will be announced for PlayStation.
Oh.
Bill Coon announced that one overnight.
What's the name?
I know.
What's the name?
I get edgy just trying to say the name. It worries me a little bit. But I saw that one. Tomorrow, and this was a post from about, what time is it now? Almost 24 hours ago as of when we record this. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle on PS5 will be announced on March 24th. And then there's a look at the box art and the 2 days early access. Early access for a game that has now been out for 6 months is absolutely crazy to me. But they're doing that with that. They're doing it with Forza.
Let's be honest. Someone would be stupid enough to purchase that early access, and I'll also laugh if it's buggy. If it's buggy, I'll laugh.
I don't think it will be, but
it won't, because it'll make Xbox look bad if that's the case.
Yeah, and April 29th, Forza Horizon 5 does come to PlayStation as well. But yeah, there's a few games in April. There's nothing, like, for me, outside of South of Midnight and Claire Obscure. There's nothing I'm going to go crazy about, simply because I've already been there and played Days Gone. I've already been there and played Luna back in the PS1 days.
Been there and played The Last of Us Part 2.
Been there and played The Last of Us Part 2, and if I'm going to replay it, I'm going to play it on PlayStation. Geez, we're getting close to Season 2, actually. That's exciting. That'll take up some time. But, yeah, they're the games for me. There's probably only 2 of them really genuinely that I'm keen on. What about you, though?
I'd say the same 2 as you. I thought Doom The Dark Ages was coming out this month. I was a month off.
Yeah, May 13th for that one. But interestingly, do you remember it from, I think it was the State of Play, Metal Eden? It was like the indie Doom. It was like sci-fi. I mean, Doom is kind of sci-fi.
Oh, yes.
But like, that comes out a week before Doom The Dark Ages. I kind of want to get around that game, and especially if it ends up being good, make sure I play that, because as soon as Doom comes along, it's over. But yeah, that comes out on May 6th. Doom May. I've got 13. Oh, I must have written down the early access date.
It was 18th.
I
don't know, I'm making up numbers here.
May 15 is definitely the date, but then 13 is when you can get it early access. Revenge of the Savage Planet comes out May. Anyway, that's a month away. Was there anything else that you might try and go back to, even if it's not new releases?
I don't think I have any games in my backlog to go back and play. It's just Monster Hunter. More Monster Hunter.
Yeah, I think that'll be my time to go back to Monster Hunter and actually finish the game, get into some of the post-game stuff, build myself back up to where I would want to be at this particular point in time, because Mizutsune comes out soon.
When is the Bubble Monster coming? I'm prepared this time. I'm waiting for it. I'll destroy it in no time.
Let me check. It's just listed at the moment as being part of the Spring 2025, or autumn for us, Spring 2025 big update. So
it should be soon.
Fairly soon. Enough time, I think, for me to get myself sorted. But I mean, Mizutsune looks so good in Rise. Really keen to see how it looks in Wilds, in full HD, 4K, all those sorts of things.
So say also it's in Monster Hunter Wilds too. It's nice to see some monsters with more than 4 legs.
Yeah.
Got spiders.
The spider ones are really cool.
Yes, that's all I'll say.
Yeah, leave the rest alone,
I'm not ruining anything else. You've seen the spider.
The internet has not ruined Monster Hunter on me yet, which I'm really excited about. Considering the amount of Monster Hunter stuff I consume, like, I'm still posting, I'm still looking at Monster Hunter stuff all the time, because I'm playing Monster Hunter now still. Whenever I'm out and about, it's just an easy one to access and sink 5 minutes in and kill some stuff. Like, I've even done a bit of that just between shows tonight. Like, it's good. I check my area and I've got what have I got here? I've got a Toby Kadachi right here. I've got a Magnum Arlo right here.
I will say,
Tigrex.
Just this is no rule, just to make you happy. There are no Pookie Pookies.
It's a bit of a shame,
Or-
actually.
Or that stupid chicken.
Cool,
But give it
Yahoo.
time. Yeah, or just give it time. They might put it back in.
I'm
Might
just
pop
really
it in
excited for
there.
the collaborations. Like the Witcher 3 collaboration was awesome. What they did with Horizon was awesome. When they had Behemoth from Final Fantasy in it. The
Wait.
Horizon one was just like gear.
Oh, right. Wait, that
but-
Behemoth thing's from Final Fantasy?
Behemoth from Final Fantasy was in Monster Hunter World.
Yeah, I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah.
I didn't realise that was from Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I won't be able to project a picture to
I know what it looks like.
definitely talk
Oh,
about
wait.
the same one. Kind of
I know the one.
purpley colour.
I'd say, yeah. I'm going to say yes.
Yeah, that's Final Fantasy. But like there's just so many good collaborations they did last time, and the game is as big, maybe even bigger than World the way it's tracking.
Oh,
I look forward to it.
That thing's a bastard.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of it for this episode. Then we've already gone through what we're playing. We've spoken a little bit about what we're going to be playing. Let's wrap things up there. Any final thoughts from you, Matto?
No. No.
All right. Well, if you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. All the buttons down below. Hit the notification bell. That way you're alerted to every new video the moment it goes live on the channel. That includes Patch, there's Player 2 Plays, Shorts, and more. Visit the website, player2.net.au for reviews, previews, opinion pieces, news, features, links to the podcast series, Patched, the Player 2 Pixelcast, and Dev Diary. We're on Patreon, patreon.com/player2au. Kick in a few bucks. Lower tiers, early access. Higher tiers, monthly episode exclusives. And finally, there's Twitter, or socials. Matto.
Matto Phil.
Paul James Games for myself. The website is player2au. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you later.